In February 2019, Ablo and Hunter discussed hosting a podcast together, with Hunter texting this, "Dad is our first guest." Ablo responded, "Does he recall details though, with the dementia and all?" Like, just check out Hunter Biden's response. Welcome to the Bald Brad Show. Our story today is dealing with Hunter Biden's therapist coming out with more evidence here to prove that Joe Biden has dementia. Now, we've all seen him when he was a senator. We all have seen him as a vice president. And we all have seen him as president of the United States cognitively decline year after year, and it's only getting worse. And look, we all had our suspicions, but here's just more evidence to prove our case that Joe Biden has dementia. This one comes from our friends over at the Daily Wire. If you're not already a member, hey, go over and support them by becoming a subscriber today, and also help us out here at the Bald Brad Show by hitting that like and subscribe button, sharing this link all over your social media so it helps us grow here. And folks, I also do have an update. This Friday, December 3rd at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to host a live Q&A session here on YouTube. We did one the other day. We thought it was really successful. I had a lot of fun hanging out with a lot of you guys. So please grab some food, grab a drink, grab a water, whatever you consume, and hang out with me again this Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on the Bald Brad Show. And with that being said, they titled this one, Hunter Biden's therapist said Joe Biden triumphed over dementia. They start off by saying Hunter Biden's therapist and confidant, Dr. Keith Ablo, repeatedly made allusion to Joe Biden's having struggled with dementia, according to materials on Hunter Biden's laptop reported in The Laptop from Hell, a new book by New York Post, once a newspaper columnist Miranda Devine. And what an appropriate title. I mean, this laptop has not only kicked Hunter Biden in the face, but it's kicked Joe Biden in the ass. I mean, the amount of stuff that's coming out in these laptops is absolutely just nuts. And it keeps unraveling, folks. It keeps unraveling. More stuff's coming to light, including Joe Biden's dementia. In January 2019, Ablo offered to provide a tongue-in-cheek endorsement for a Joe Biden presidential campaign. Quote, "Any man who triumphed over dementia is a giant. Think what he could do for our nation's needed recovery." Well, he also said this, perhaps he can help us remember all we intended to be as a people, since he can now remember his address. Tell me that's not brutal. Tell me that's not brutal. Perhaps he can help us remember all we intended to be as a people, since he can now remember his address. Oh my God. Remember, this is Joe Biden's therapist. This is Hunter Biden's therapist. You think Hunter Biden might have revealed some personal details about his father to this therapist? I would like to think so. Ablo was close to Hunter and also served as his one-time landlord, the book says. In February 2019, Ablo and Hunter discussed hosting a podcast together, with Hunter texting this, "Dad is our first guest." Ablo responded, "Does he recall details though, with the dementia and all?" Like, just check out Hunter Biden's response. Hunter retorted, "Not much these days, but since it's all fake news anyways, I don't see the problem." Oh my God. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better. At first, you just see this therapist giving kind of a tongue-in-cheek, a mock endorsement of the president. And now we have text messages here with Hunter Biden basically saying, yeah, the guy has dementia. And, you know, he's not really going to remember stuff. He might fumble through his words. But, you know, the media is going to cover for us. The leftist media, these outlets, CNN, MSNBC, they'll just cover for us. They'll spin it just like Jen Psaki does and the rest of the Biden administration. So it's not going to be a problem. We'll have him on anyways. The book says it reached out at his Massachusetts office, but Ablo declined to comment. But once he diagnosed then President Biden having early onset dementia during a 2012 appearance on Fox News, so that background may underpin the banter. And again, this guy has probably heard some very detailed things about Hunter Biden's father, Joe Biden. I'm sure he was told by Hunter Biden that his dad is suffering from dementia, cognitive decline. And look, again, we can all see it with our own eyes. The guy's been in the public spotlight, a public figure for 4 decades. And you're going to tell me he's the same man now as he was before mentally? I mean, we all know physically he's not, but mentally? Look at the way Trump speaks. There's a lot of people in their 70s. I think Joe Biden's 79. There's a lot of people in their late 70s that are more rational and more put together than Joe Biden is. And people voted for this guy. People voted for this guy even as they knew, or even as they thought they knew, that he had dementia. Check this out. A poll from June 2020, a few months before the election, found that 55% of likely voters believe Biden is in the early stages of dementia. That same month, Joe Concha, a reporter from The Hill, said a lot of Democrats will tell you, at least in private, that he does not have the mental acuity that he even had a couple years ago. And here's the problem. The Democrats continue to gaslight everything about Joe Biden. He's fine. What are you talking about? The guy has everything together. He doesn't fumble through his words. He doesn't fight with his teleprompter. The guy has everything together. But in private, they'll tell you the truth. In private, behind closed doors, because they're egotistic, they'll sit there and tell you the truth. But when in front of the cameras, they won't tell you the truth. That's how sick some of these people are. I'm not going to say all of them, because some Democrats will actually be trustworthy and they'll actually tell you the truth, not just to your face behind closed doors, but also on camera. Biden rarely held press conferences during the campaign. At 79, Biden is now the oldest U.S. president in history. His term has been marked by various verbal gaffes in which he appears to lose his train of thought. On multiple occasions over the last several years, he has seemed to forget Barack Obama's name. And in 2020 of October, apparently could not recall the name of Mitt Romney, saying, quote, "I got in trouble when we were running against the senator who was a Mormon, the governor." In March of 2021, Biden appeared to forget his Secretary of Defense's name, and it goes on and on and on. He gets lost. Again, as I've said, his wife has to chauffeur him around. He's forgotten his wife's name numerous of times. So, I mean, it's clear that this guy's in cognitive decline. Can we say fully that he has dementia? No. I mean, that needs to come probably from his own doctor or his own damn mouth. But there you have it, folks. Joe Biden's in cognitive decline, and we have to pretend that it's not happening. And where's the media at in all of this? I mean, there you have Joe Biden, right, being chauffeured around, having dementia, and his own son claiming he does, his own son's therapist saying he does publicly, and we're supposed to just pretend like it's not happening. And the media won't comment on it. They won't do a full story. Remember, when Trump's hand was shaking a little bit, the media lost their shit and spent like a week covering it. And they kept trying to find, he eats McDonald's and fast food. Is he healthy enough to run as president? And you got a guy that's fumbling through his words every week. He fights with his teleprompter every damn day. And they don't ever do a story on it. But when Trump hand wiggles just a little bit, because maybe the guy had too much Coca-Cola or coffee, they lose their shit over it. And this is why the media can't sit there and figure out. They're too dumb to figure out why people don't trust them. But hey, you know what? CNN says they're the most trusted news source out there. Which is just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But there you have it, folks. We have more information coming out regarding Joe Biden's dementia. Let me know if this is enough proof for you. Not just the proof that we've seen over the course of 10 plus years, seeing Joe Biden in the spotlight, fumbling, losing his cognitive abilities, but also, is this enough proof for you now, seeing that Hunter Biden's therapist is coming out saying he has dementia, and now we have text messages to prove it? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that being said, folks, I will see you later here on The Bald Brad Show.